Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching Joe Boo's Day Job. And we're here today at Home Depot. I've been under the weather for a little bit, which is why you haven't seen anything recently. But it's actually been good because it's given us a little bit more time since we've done our last price checkup. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that the lumber prices have probably bottomed out about as low as they're going to go. The good news is the lumber futures are still under $500. They've been teetering around. They've gone up as much as $600. It had kind of like a last gasp. And hopefully this won't be following the pattern of last year, because last August the lumber futures had bottomed out about the same point, but then they started going right back up, and we're up almost to $1,400 a thousand board feet. So right now we seem to be holding well. The housing demand has slowed down some, and again, typically about $350 to $400 was the normal range for lumber futures. Right now they're in the high 400s, so they're actually close to normal. But the lumber itself has been pretty much stagnant. 2x4s had dropped down to $275 for an 8-footer. Basically, they've only gone down one more cent in the last month, so I don't think they're going to move much. At least for me, I'm actually here picking up one buys. When I use my CNC machine, I actually use these clear 1x12s and cut them down. 6-foot one had been, before the lumber run up, were about $24 for a 6-foot one. They had gone up as high as $37. Now at least they're down to $35.23. So they're not as bad as they were, at least for me. Depending on the size print I'm doing, I get 4 to 5 pieces out of it, so it's not quite so bad getting that. So I'm picking that stuff up, so at least the lumber is close to normal prices. It used to be about $289 for a 2x4. Right now, like I said, $475. Not what you want, but it may creep down a little bit more if demand continues to go down. But what's really killing us now is the price of PVC products as well as copper. I've got a little repair I've got to do at my house, and I need to fix the drain line for the washing machine. And it's kind of crazy because these little fittings, these 3/4 inch elbows that used to be like a 6-pack for about $1.50, these are 75 cents each. And even these 45s are $1.25. So they have gone up tremendously. And even the 10-foot piece of PVC here, they used to be like $1.50. Now they're like $5. So then part of that is some of the products for making the PVC pipes, as well as the electrical outlet boxes. They're just not finding them because of the shortages due to the pandemic. So maybe in the near future, and as demand goes down, maybe those things will start coming back down to earth. But as far as lumber prices, you know, when you look at $475, it's still kind of high for a 2x4, but it beats being $11, which they were for a while. And as we look through, let's go over and let's take a look at the OSB. I think it's still holding at about 17, which typically it was around $13.99. So that is doable, as opposed to a couple of months ago was 47. Let's go take a look. Now, I've got some deck work to do at my house, and I'm kind of a traditionalist because I enjoy actually real wood and have to, from time to time, replace some of the original deck boards. Here we go, 5/4 premiums, 1448. That's close, that's 12-footers. That's about close to where they normally were. Don't see a price on the 16s. Those had actually gotten up to about 26 last year, so that's not bad. That's doable. That's definitely doable. I don't see the price tag on the 16-footers. it had gotten to be so expensive that you started looking and saying, actually, the composites may be better to go ahead and use because they were about the same price and you don't have to replace them. But for me, I just don't like that plastic feel. I don't like when they get wet, they get really slippery, but that's a personal preference type thing. All right, so let's see. 2x8s, 8-footers, $11.92, still a little bit high. 2x6s, 104s, that's not bad, $6.98. 12-footers, that's a lot better, $9.98. The 16-footers had been up as much as $24 a piece. And of course, the 2x4s, I believe, are still holding at about, $4.74. So they haven't changed. They've been kind of stuck there in limbo land. And I believe the same thing with OSB. So if you're looking to do a project, I don't think that they're going to get much lower than where they are now. And still, OSB, at least it's holding at $17.85 as opposed to when it was holding at $47. So definitely not as low as it could be, but it is better than what it was. And let's see, our 2x10s, that's actually a lot better for the Douglas fir. $36.73. When I ended up getting them for the red brick house, I ended up getting the 12-footers. I believe they were close to 40. So definitely a lot better. So we'll keep an eye on it, but don't expect it to go down much more than it has. And maybe just maybe we'll get lucky and it will, but don't count on it. Get your lumber at least now, and maybe by the time you get the frame up work done, maybe there'll be some relief on the rest of the building materials. I'm Mark Holmes here at Home Depot, and hopefully this helps you out a little bit on your project. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the 16-footers are down to $17.96. They were about $24, so definitely better. All right, I'll see you guys later.